All right, welcome back, everyone. We're diving deep today, taking a closer look at a pivotal moment in history.
A heavy one, for sure.
It really is. The assassination of Mahatma Gandhi. We're going to try to unpack not just the event itself, but to really understand the man who killed him, Nathuram Godse.
A complex figure, to say the least.
Absolutely. And to do that, we're using a YouTube video from India today. It's titled Martyrs' Day, the real story behind Mahatma Gandhi's assassination newsmo.
I've seen that one. It's got some incredible detail.
Yeah, it does. And even for folks who know the basics, that Gandhi was shot on January 30th, 1948, during his evening prayers.
By Godse, right.
Right, by Godse. This video highlights something truly chilling. Gandhi predicted his own death.
Predicted it.
Yeah, just 2 days before it happened, he said he expected to die at the hands of a madman.
Wow. That sends shivers down your spine, doesn't it? To know he had a sense of what was coming.
It really does. So let's try to understand the why behind it all. Who was Nathuram Godse? What led him to this act?
Well, the video delves into his early life, and it's unusual, to say the least.
What do you mean?
His name, Nathuram, it has a whole story behind it.
Okay, tell me more.
Apparently, there was a superstition in his family about male children dying young.
Oh, wow.
So to protect him, they initially raised him as a girl.
As a girl?
Yeah. They even pierced his nose and gave him a nose ring.
That's wild. I mean, think about the psychological impact that must have had.
I can't even imagine. And that kind of unconventional upbringing, you have to wonder how it shaped his worldview.
Right. And the video goes on to say that he actually started out as a Gandhi admirer. In his school days, he was all about Gandhi's teachings.
It makes the story all the more tragic, doesn't it? The transformation he underwent.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So what changed?
Well, it seems like his involvement with certain groups really had a huge impact.
Which groups?
The video talks about the Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh, the RSS, and the Hindu Mahasabha.
And what were they all about?
They were promoting Hindu nationalism, a vision of India very different from Gandhi's. You see, this was a time of huge upheaval. The partition of India, the creation of Pakistan.
A lot of tension and uncertainty.
Exactly. And these groups, they wanted a Hindu majority India, often with a lesser role for other religions.
And that obviously clashed with Gandhi's idea of a unified India where Hindus and Muslims coexisted peacefully.
Precisely. They saw his emphasis on Hindu-Muslim unity as a weakness, a betrayal even. And when Gandhi advocated compromise during the partition, they felt like he was giving away what rightfully belonged to Hindus.
So this anger, this resentment, it festered and ultimately led to
that fateful day.
The video describes this scene in detail. Gandhi walking to the prayer ceremony.
With his two grandnieces supporting him.
Yeah. And then Godse, he just steps out, approaches Gandhi, and fires 3 shots right into his chest.
With a Beretta M1934 semi-automatic pistol.
A powerful image.
Yeah.
And the video says Gandhi's last words were, "Hey, Ram."
A simple prayer in the face of death. It speaks volumes.
It does. Then it's just chaos. Disbelief. Godse and his co-conspirator Narayan Apte, they're arrested immediately, but riots erupt across the nation. It's hard to fathom the turmoil that followed.
A nation in mourning, a nation divided.
And the video gives us a fascinating legal detail. Godse and Apte were actually hanged on November 15th, 1949.
Wait, before the Supreme Court of India was even established?
Yeah, think about the implications of that. The legal landscape was so different.
Wow, that's incredible. It really underscores what a pivotal moment this was in India's history.
It does. And it begs the question, what about Gandhi's legacy? He championed peace, nonviolence, and yet he died a violent death. It's a paradox.
It is, but I think that's what makes his message so powerful. Even in death, he became a symbol, a martyr for peace.
And his ideas still resonate today in a world that's still grappling with so much conflict and division.
Exactly. And that's why this deep dive, this look into the past, is so important. It forces us to ask, what can we learn? How do we bridge those divides that lead to violence?
Right. How do we, as a global community, prevent history from repeating itself? I mean, we've gone from Godse's strange upbringing, his ideological shift, all the way to the assassination and its chaotic aftermath. But I think the core message is clear. Gandhi's philosophy of peace, of nonviolence, it's still relevant, more relevant than ever.
And his assassination, tragic as it was, reminds us of the dangers of extremism, of the importance of dialogue and understanding.
Well said. So I think that wraps up our deep dive for today, but this is just the tip of the iceberg. I encourage everyone to learn more about Gandhi's life, his work, the impact he continues to have on the world. And until next time, keep exploring, keep asking questions, and keep diving deep.